guys, what's going on? And welcome to another episode of Crypto Chat. Today I just want to explain a little bit about chart reading and my very limited knowledge of it. So this is your BITMEX account. This is the trading page, and what you're presented with, I'm pretty sure I've changed this a little bit, but what I'm pretty sure is you only get the volume, which is down the bottom here, as a kind of chart indicator, and then you just get these candles just moving all over the shop, and you can't really determine what's going to happen. This candle here might pop up here, and then the price will drop, and you can't really interpret it from here. But what I want to show you is a few little indicators you can throw in there to just give yourself a bit of an edge against the market and see what the trends are doing, stuff like that. So what I'm going to show you now is on BITMEX, this chart is very small. You can put indicators down the bottom here, but it doesn't really give you much, and it's kind of hard to see. So I use a platform or a website called TRADINGVIEW. This is TRADINGVIEW, tradingview.com. What you need to do, type in Bitcoin and Bitcoin US dollar, click that, and then this screen will pop up. All you need to do is click the interactive chart, and this screen will pop up. Now this screen is just a bigger version of this, really, and it's much easier to see, in my opinion. It's a free account, you don't need to sign up or anything like that. And this is what a lot of the YouTubers that I follow are using as well, and they've taught me quite a bit about this type of material. So basics to chart reading. This is your chart. This is the price. You've got your price up the side here. You've got your time frame down the bottom here. This is an indicator. This is an indicator. They don't come standard, so I'll delete them. Neither do the Bollinger Bands, but this is basically what you get. Again, you can't really tell anything off this chart. There's no information there. It's just the price going up and down. You can't really make ends meet of it. So what you can do is use indicators. The first one I'm going to use and show you is called Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands. Type that in there, click that, and you see the screen change behind you. What Bollinger Bands are, it kind of tracks the trend of where the price may go. I did make this video before and stuffed it up, so I started again, and I said that we were coming up to the top of the band here, and I believe it's probably not a good time to buy in because it's going to drop, because it is at the top of the band, and it has dropped, so I'm happy with that. But back to basics. Each one of these candles represents, at the moment, 3 minutes, which you can change the time frame of. So this is 3 minutes, this is 3 minutes, that's 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and down the bottom you can see as well the time changing as you move it along. It's very important to have these candles set to the right kind of length of trade that you want to make, because this is the 3 minute chart. Have a look at it now. I'm going to change it to the half an hour chart, and you'll see the difference. They're not even the same graphs. It's completely different. On this graph, it's halfway up the Bollinger Band, but on the 3 minute graph, it's hit the top and it's already on its way down. So, and it all kind of depends on how fast you want the trade to be. Like if you probably want to use like 5 or 10 candles to track where, or even 20 candles. You want to use like that part of the graph to kind of get a feel for where it's going to go. Whereas, so like your 3 minute candles, I'd probably use if I was going to buy now and sell in 15-20 minutes. But if I was going to buy now and then sell in a couple of days, I'd probably use like the 4 hour chart or something like that. The 4 hour chart's going to indicate that's going to come back down to there. But if you were trading in the next 20 minutes, you'd probably buy there and sell up here. With Bollinger Bands as well, the general trend of Bollinger Bands is that once it hits the top of the Bollinger Band, it tends to come down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Obviously that's not always the case, because look here, it's come up but hasn't gone up all the way, and then it's gone down to the bottom and kept falling rather dramatically. And obviously other external factors like news, or what the time is it people waking up in the States, or are people going to bed in China and they want to just sell their bits before they go to bed and lose a lot of money or something like that. So yeah, sometimes they just drop out of nowhere. So again, it's an indicator. It doesn't actually tell you real for certain information. But yeah, it comes it follows the length of the band. So it's hit the bottom of the band, it's gone to the top, hit the bottom, gone to the top, hit the bottom, gone to the top. Another thing as well, usually if it breaks the band where it has there, it will continue to drop rather dramatically. You know, just by looking at the Bollinger Band, you kind of would have expected it to drop more there. Here, you may have expected it to rise up, same as here, but you know, you can't really predict the market just using a Bollinger Band. The next thing I'm going to show you is called MACD, MACD, and that's this indicator down the bottom here. MACD is basically a moving average convergence divergence, I think it stands for, and it just uses the moving average from a shorter amount of days or a shorter amount of 3-minute blocks to a longer amount of 3-minute blocks, and kind of puts in perspective the momentum of the market at the moment for that currency. So, but the easiest thing to say about it is that if the orange line here, or the straighter line, the smoother line, is your longer moving average, which indicates kind of the average over a longer period of time. Whereas this blue line, or the shakier, sharper line, indicates the shorter moving average. So I'm not sure if that stands for 12. I'm sure you could click it and find out, but I'm not sure if that stands for 12 times 3-minute blocks, and that one's 26 times 3-minute blocks. So the 26 one is the orange line and the 12 one is the blue line. But anyway, easiest thing to see here is whether it's in a bear market or a bull market for that period of time. So what we want to do is take your orange line as your moving average for a longer amount of time. So that's roughly where the market is. Every time that the blue line, so the shorter moving average, moves above the orange line, it's indicating that we're starting into a bull market. So you should buy at the point where the blue crosses over the top of the orange. So I would buy right there, and I would sell right there, and I would buy there, and I would sell there. I would buy there, I would sell there. And as you can see up here as well, let's take here for example, if I bought there, which is there on the market, I would have pretty much broken even, maybe lost a little bit there. If I had bought there, so there, which is up here, and then held it and sold there, which is up here, I would have, that's about $150 difference in there, and that is from 10.42 down to about 9.30. So in an hour and a half, you've gained a couple of percent, and especially if you're using BITMEX, where you can leverage the market, you're making a substantial amount of money just on a $50 or $100 increase in price. So that's basically MACD, your moving average. I'll get rid of that now. Get rid of my Bollinger Bands. What was the next thing I was going to use? RSI. RSI stands for Relative Strength Index, which is kind of whether it's overbought or underbought, or oversold and overbought, oversold is down here. Anything between 70, which is here, and 30, which is here, is kind of the good range. It's just indicating whether the currency is currently just too many people are buying it or too many people are selling it. What you want to do is use your Bollinger Bands, use your MACD, and use your RSI to make an assumption on where you think the market will go. So just looking back here, kind of RSI gives you no indication anywhere in between these two bands, but once it drops down here, means it's oversold. So in this 3-minute block, around 8:15 this morning, too many people were selling it, which would indicate a great time to buy. So you should have bought here. You would have ridden it up there, another good time to buy because it is getting oversold. Could have ridden it up, and here is a great time to sell because it is overbought currently. And as you can see, once it's overbought, it tends to come back down to being sold again. Same here, once it's oversold, people tend to buy it, the price goes up, supply and demand, it's quite simple. But yeah, those are the bands. Those are the indicators that I use to make a general assumption on what I want to do. If you would like to, these I've just given you a very, very basic understanding of RSI, MACD and Bollinger Bands. There's a website called Stock Charts. I think you go Chart School, so type in Stock Charts, Chart School, and then indicators and overlays. And this actually has like your Bollinger Bands, it's got your MACD somewhere here, moving average convergence divergence. You can click that and you can read all about it and see how it relates to different things and get a proper in-depth look at it. I'll put the link in the description of the video below. But yeah, basically guys, use your BITMEX or your BITREX or your BTC Markets account. They've got these charts on there, but not many indicators. If you want to put those TradingView indicators on your BITMEX account, you can click here and type in the same thing, Bollinger Bands. Boom, it's shown up. The only reason I don't use this website usually for tracking it is because you put your RSI, you put your MACD on here, you got your volume at the bottom. It gets quite crowded and you can't, you want to have a big screen and be able to see it all, which is what the TradingView does, and you can analyze this a lot easier. But yeah, that's pretty much it guys. Use this to the best of your knowledge. Just remember, I'm in no way experienced at all. I've only been trading cryptocurrency for about a month and a half. Saying that, I've put about 7,000 Australian dollars in, and my return on investment at the moment is about $2,000. So I have tried, and it seems to be working so far. So, but anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and I hope that you guys have a good day. Cheers.